Joining me now is Alex Klenman. He's the CEO of Tisdale Clean Energy. Great to see you, Alex.
Mark, thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
Now, for those who may not be that familiar with the story and the fact that you have this earn-in agreement with Sky Harbor Resources at the South Falcon East project, could you give us a brief overview of the company?
Absolutely. Well, we are an exploration and development company in the uranium space. Our main project here is the South Falcon East project, as you mentioned. It is home to the Fraser Lakes B uranium deposit, which is just a shade under 7 million pounds. We have, as well, incredible upside exploration potential on the remaining ground on the property. We believe there are other deposits to be found. So we like the earn-in at this stage of our company development simply because we know where we're going. There are a lot of exploration companies in the space right now. Certainly no one in our market cap space can provide the opportunity we have, which is to earn the majority interest in the deposit. It's a shallow deposit. And if any number of our peers are lucky enough in the next several years to make discovery and then delineate through 2, 3, 4 dozen drill holes a deposit, they're going to be where we are today.
Now you're in the midst of an inaugural drilling program. The team is, and you're looking to confirm mineralization that was shown in 2015 in previous drilling by Sky Harbor, I believe it was. And so you've drilled a couple of holes so far. What would you say are the highlights, and what are the next steps beyond that for additional drilling?
Well, I'll tell you what's interesting here and what's unique is our first holes right out of the gate are mineralized. So we know there's a deposit. What our job really now is to sort of confirm the parameters of the defined deposit as Sky Harbor knew it in 2015 and as JNR Resources did prior to them. So some of the grades that were hit by Sky Harbor and JNR are upwards of 0.2%, 0.24%, which is 600, 700, 800% increase over the average grade of the deposit. So we're really interested in confirmation drilling at this point, get a handle on the deposit, on where the mineralization sits. What we're trying to do, obviously, is find the higher grade feeders that exist. We know there's some higher grade material within the deposit. So that's the short-term plan for drilling. Eventually, we'll step out some holes to see what the parameters of this deposit actually is and are. We know that it's open in several directions. So beginning to get a handle on the size, how big can it get? What's the grade that we can end up with? That's really the path we're headed on over the next couple of years.
Alex, you've said that in order to do some more extensive drilling, you'd really like to attract some institutional funding. And to do that, you'd like to get the market cap of the company up around, let's call it $9-10 million or so. How is that process going?
Well, obviously, if you look at today's market, it's a struggle. The sector retraced, which is a healthy retracement. Let's not mix words there. We need to do that. Right now, copper and gold is really stealing with high prices is stealing sort of the capital thunder right now, and a lot of money's going into those commodities. But make no mistake, the macro picture is clear, and uranium will come back with a vengeance. I mean, last year we went from 40 to 105 in terms of spot price. This year, the launch point is going to be about 80, 85. So, we could be seeing 120, 150 later this year and early into 2025, which will spark another boom in the sector. But where we are in terms of our market cap, we had some a placement come free trading, right, sort of into a soft market, soft sector, and it's led to a deeper discount for anybody who's just discovering us today. So take a peek at 3 million market cap. I don't think you're going to find a better opportunity, both in the terms of exploration upside, but also the development of deposit. I mean, that's a very rare and unique proposition at a market cap like ours.
So you've been busy marketing and raising awareness about Tisdale, such as this interview, for example. What would you say are the keys going forward, to use that terrible phrase? I don't know why that came out of my mouth, going forward, but you know what I mean. What are the keys to get the investment community to really understand the value proposition?
Well, it's pretty simple. It's not hard to explain. I think people get wrapped up, we all do, in good exploration stories. But if you come into the space, if you look at the uranium sector right now, there's dozens of exploration companies pitching their wares on potential investment. That situation is listen. They can't put exactly how much they need to spend and raise in the next 3 or 4 years to A, make discovery, and then B, replicate those discovery holes enough to delineate a deposit. Our earn-in agreement with Sky Harbor lays that out. It's plain and simple. You can see the numbers, how much we have to spend to earn the majority interest in those pounds. And it's different. It's unique. And some people say, "Wow, that's a lot of money you have to spend." But let's not be naive. Any exploration company is going to have to spend similar money to make a discovery, let alone replicate it enough to have a deposit. So we see the opportunity here is essentially buying pounds in the ground at about $2 a pound. If we increase the size of the deposit, which we think we can do, then obviously that cost goes down. But we're going to potentially be in an environment with $120 to $150 spot. So you mentioned our market cap. I mean, really, it's just a matter of drilling, earning that interest in the deposit, waiting for the sector to rebound. And I think the market cap will take care of itself. It's really undervalued, and I don't think there's a better value play out there in the space.
And would you say that one of the main benefits for Tisdale and one of the main differentiators is the fact that South Falcon East is not a greenfield project? And second part of that is that you've got Sky Harbor as a partner and its CEO, Jordan Trimble, as a partner and also as an advisor now too.
Absolutely. I mean, I've known Jordan a decade. I've done earn-ins with him in the past, and so we have a really good relationship. And listen, not underestimate his knowledge and his ability to articulate the uranium space. It's as good as, if not better than anybody in the business, and we know that. Having him close to the deal is really good for Tisdale shareholders. It's great for the earn-in and potential JV down the line, and we're happy to have him and to have a partner like Sky Harbor. Is good. I've worked with Sky Harbor before. They're a great outfit. Their geologists are fantastic. So we've got a lot of weight behind that.
I've had the chance to interview Jordan many times. I'm always amazed how many facts and figures he can keep in
Yeah.
his head and deliver it in a very concise way. It's always very impressive.
Hmm.
Now, just lastly here, you've said, Alex, that Tisdale's project, it's exceptional, it's
Yeah.
unique. This is a generational opportunity in uranium, which you've been detailing. So, if you could sum up the investment case for Tisdale against that backdrop over the next, let's call it 18 months or so.
Absolutely. Well, there's a couple of things from direct investment into the company. Those dollars are going into the development of a deposit, which is wholly unique, as I mentioned. The other side of it is, I mean, if you buy the stock in the open market, you're buying it at a discount. You're buying a 3 million market cap with the potential to earn the majority in a 7 million pound deposit. Do the math. That's 35 cents a pound, maybe 40 cents a pound. Eventually, we're going to be in the $2 to $3 to $4 a pound range. And that's just simply a fact of marketing. It's a fact of being able to deploy drills over the next couple of years. And capital will come. You mentioned institutional support. As the market cap grows, that'll be there. We have flow through in this country, and this is what it's for. It's for this particular type of venture. And the reality is they need liquidity and a solid market cap to deploy capital. It'll come. There'll be a lot of capital in the space over the next 2 to 3 years. Our ability to make that earn in, I don't think is in doubt. So that's the way this company grows. And it's very simple. We will have an asset to back our valuation. There isn't another exploration company that can say that positively. They might hit something, they may not. If we know what the percentages are, and we do in this business, from greenfield to discovery to deposit, is a very rare timeline and a very rare story. It doesn't happen very often. The odds are stacked against you, but we love a chase. We love the thrill. Here you get the chase with the exploration upside on the property, but you also get the less riskier outcome of developing the deposit and earning the interest in it.
Alex, just lastly here, I'm just going to lob a softball to you.
Please do.
Is there anything that we didn't cover that you'd like to talk about?
No, just keep an eye on the story, because I urge people to do their due diligence and to go and research who's doing what's out there, and understand. Once you do that, you're going to begin to see where the light is in this story with Tisdale. I myself have been buying the stock in the open market. I have about 3.5 to 4% of the company myself. And so I have skin in the game, as they say, but I believe not just in what we're doing, but where this sector's going. It is a generational opportunity. You know, the Cameco and Kazatomprom news about not meeting production estimates is just the tip of the iceberg. Keep in mind, there are only two operational mills in the Athabasca. Even if 100 million pounds came online tomorrow, we're no quicker to getting that into production, into nuclear fuel. So this supply demand deficit is very real. It's not getting any better. There is no magic wand. So this sector is going to rebound. Is going to rebound strong to the upside. So pick your spots now. Find the undervalued juniors. Stick with your steady eddies. The producers, they're going to do well, but your bang for your buck at a 3 million market cap here, I think, is pretty obvious.
All right, very good, Alex. Thanks very much for your time today. We'll be following the story.
Thanks, Mark. Appreciate it as always. Thank you.
Okay, Alex Klenman, CEO of Tisdale Clean Energy. Thanks a lot for watching, and we'll see you next time.